Hello, my Fly Mickey friends, and welcome to the latest tips, tricks, and travel news update from the world of Disney. And on this week's episode, finally some positive noises coming out of California. Kansas City puts Disney on ice. And it's Disney chill time, courtesy of Disneyland Paris. Now, before we take a look at this week's news, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give this video a like, and click the bell icon to stay in the know about all things Disney. So first off, let's talk about some possibly good news coming from California. We've all thought at one time or another that a reopening date for Walt Disney's original theme park would never land. But there's hope at last for the Anaheim Disneyland Resort. A new bill under consideration in the state's assembly would allow larger theme parks and attractions to be treated the same way as their smaller counterparts and give them broader flexibility about getting back to business. But that's the good news. The reality is that this doesn't mean that you and your kids will be lining up for Mr. Toad's Wild Ride or soaring over California anytime soon, as COVID-19 case counts still have to be improved dramatically across the region to hit the tiers within which parks owned by Disney will be permitted to reopen under this new legislation. But when they do, there will be some heavy restrictions in terms of park capacity and what guests will be able to do once they click through the entrance turnstiles. However, even a little Disneyland can go a long way for cast members and theme park fans alike. Now, Tokyo Disneyland has continued to change its operations in order to follow the required health guidelines in Japan. Previously, the parks had postponed events, halted ticket sales, and closed restaurants across its properties. But now that Japan has extended its state of emergency, Tokyo Disney Resort will be further reducing its operating hours. From February the 13th through to March the 7th, for now at least, Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea will be opening at 10 a.m. daily instead of the normal 9 a.m. That's just 1 hour less of park magic. This is in addition as well to the current 7 p.m. closing time that the Japanese government requires for all of those in areas which are under emergency so as to avoid unnecessary outings after 8 p.m. No other changes relating to the state of emergency or to the Tokyo Disney Resort's protocol have been announced of late. But if you are heading to Japan to enjoy some Disney magic anytime soon, keep an eye on our website flymickey.co.uk for the latest news updates. So just when we thought that 2021 couldn't throw us any more cruising industry curveballs, we found out this week that due to the Canadian government's decision to extend its cruise ship ban through to February 2022, Disney Cruise Line would be removing all the Disney Wonders 2021 Alaskan Sailings from their website. Keeping Canadians and transportation workers safe and healthy is a top priority for Transport Canada, who last week announced the prohibition of pleasure crafts in Canadian Arctic waters and cruise ship vessels in all Canadian waters until at least February the 28th of 2022. The Canadian ban also affects one sailing of the Disney Magic's 6-night Canada cruise from New York that's due to set sail in October of this year. However, this cruise does remain bookable at time of recording, as the Government of Canada have stated that should COVID-19 pandemic sufficiently improve to allow the resumption of these activities, the Minister of Transport has the ability to rescind the interim orders at any time, which means this sailing on the Disney Magic is still quite possible. Now, as many of you know, Disney's IPs are not just restricted to only appearing at the parks, on board cruise ships, and on the Broadway West End stages. In fact, for many years, Disney have taken fans on skating adventures around the globe. But this week, one show was put on ice. The Kansas City Health Department has requested Disney on Ice to cancel its remaining performances of Dream Big at the T-Mobile Center. This is due to a COVID-19 outbreak amongst its staff. At least 5 performers and staff members have sadly tested positive for the virus, meaning for health and safety reasons the show can't go on. Disney on Ice Dream Big was expected to hold 6 more shows at the centre. However, the production's approval to perform for spectators has been revoked for multiple and repeated violations of the COVID-19 mitigation plan that both parties agreed to. This plan was required as part of the mayor's restrictions for all indoor gatherings and not just for Disney's during this pandemic. Although the violations were completely unintentional, the T-Mobile Center and the Kansas City Health Department felt they were left with no other choice but to protect its citizens with immediate effect. There has been no official statement from Disney on this matter at this time. This news, of course, follows hotly on the foot of Disney's other announcement that there will be no Super Bowl victory parade down the Magic Kingdom's Main Street, USA this year, again due to the pandemic. On the official blog, they said, Disney Parks hopes to be able to bring back our other Super Bowl traditions next year, including letting football and Disney fans see and cheer on their favourite players in the parks. This tradition began back in 1987 when New York Giants quarterback Phil Simms appeared in a commercial and said the now famous phrase, "I'm going to Disney World," after winning Super Bowl 21. And finally, don't know about you, but here in the Fly Mickey Travel Office, we have found the last few months to have been a wee bit stressful. And so to cheer ourselves up, we often have DLP's Illumination Spectacular soundtrack, which I might point out is my personal favourite of all the current nighttime shows, on repeat in the background whilst we work. But sometimes we do get a little carried away singing along and could do with something a little bit more soothing. So cue Disney's new Zen Moments videos. While some people love to listen to the oceans crashing in or rain against a window when they turn that white noise on to relax, for Disney fans, we still need that little extra bit of magic to chillax to. The sounds of a quiet and soothing Disney park can be incredibly calming during the hustle and bustle of our regular days. And so you can now unwind with the sounds of nature, attractions and more, and look on at memory-making snapshots of Frontierland, Adventureland and Fantasyland with the new Zen Moments playlist direct from Disneyland Paris. Whether you want the tranquil slideshow on in the background as you do a few chores around your house, or maybe want to close your eyes and fall asleep to the blissful sounds, the Zen Moments videos are wonderfully relaxing, and the best part of it all is they're available free of charge on Disneyland Paris's official YouTube page. Just check out the link in the description below. And that's it for this week's Tips, Tricks and Travel News Updates. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at Fly Mickey Travel, so you'll never miss out on the magic moments from the world of Disney. And all that's left to say is have a bibbidi-bobbidi magical day.